It is rare when the source material cannot keep up with the magnitude and gravitas that is an adaptation. More often than not, we are given adaptations that don't have the exact flair, the finesse. Something's wrong. You see a single still image of something from a panel and think, wow, animators are not going to be able to recreate the beauty of whatever this is. And that is the issue with a lot of animation when it comes to it. Some are low budget, and Invincible had its issues earlier in the season, but the characterization of certain characters, the beauty of what we're getting, the changes of the storyline, the rehashing, revamping, it's the same way that I feel about Bleach right now. Bleach is getting a second go at being great for the big three that it once was a part of. And Invincible is getting its hurrah. It's leading, to me, the American Western comic book industry. Same with The Boys. We have Invincible. Same way I feel about The Boys, where it does better things than it did in the original comic book. This show is doing amazing leaps and bounds with what they're doing. The characterization of Conquest, the beauty of how his character arc is wrapped up in the way that Mark meets him. And I love every piece of what I'm seeing with the story. I love everything about Conquest. I love everything about how Invincible had to go through this whole turmoil. After he just got done, he gets no breaks because the world refuses to wait for him. It's an active world and a protagonist that wants a break. It's beautiful. Mark would be amazing. Invincible will be amazing in another show, but he is perfect in this one because he is forced to grow. The story doesn't wait for him to take a break or grow or cry or be sad about the tragedy that happened. Immediately after the Invincible War, we get Conquest. And this was beautiful. It was amazing. And the season's all wrapped up, 8 episodes. It felt concise and it felt nice. I love the ending point of what it was. However, I'm not here to talk about how amazing the last episode of Invincible was. I'm not. I'm here to address, firstly, this IGN article. Obviously, this IGN article is insane. This IGN article, and I'm just going to give a summary, the verdict, because the entire article is a little bit psychotic. Invincible repeats past triumphs with far less heft in its Season 3 finale. I Thought You'd Never Shut Up. Gives in to the show's most self-destructive instincts. It pivots entirely around a bad guy we've never seen before, and has its hero-central season-long arc pay off in words rather than actions or agonized decisions. It's the first time Invincible has been truly subpar, and especially sour note to end on. Now, this is a random subjective opinion, obviously. This is just a random person's opinion, and we don't have to take this to heart. We really don't. Siddhant Aglaka, I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. We don't have to take this to heart. We really don't. We don't have to take anything this person says at all to heart. Truly, we don't. We don't talk about how he didn't understand where Conquest came from, where Anissa came through and explained that Conquest was coming. This is somebody who wrote this article. Whoever wrote this article doesn't understand foreshadowing, doesn't understand the bigger implications, doesn't understand how it operates. And that's okay. That is completely fine. And I have no issues with anything in this article. My biggest issue is people taking the obvious rage bait article seriously. It's rage bait. There's no universe in which you saw this episode and thought to yourself, man, it's lackluster. There's no universe in which you saw this episode and thought to yourself, yeah, I didn't understand it. It takes reading comprehension. It takes skill. And if somebody whose entire job is to analyze and pick apart things can't do basic reading comprehension skills, then by all means, either the person is inept at their job or they genuinely are just doing it for rage bait. And both of those situations are very bad. And I know everybody can have their opinions about a show. If you think the episode was bad, by all means, if you think it's bad, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. And you are in the minority, and that's okay. That's fine. However, the issue I'm having is the problems put forth in it. The reasonings behind everything are explained earlier prior. Everything he described is a non-issue. And that's the part that's really messing me up, considering his critiques of the other episodes, because now I've read them. I have read the other critiques of the episodes. I have seen every single Invincible review. I've read them all. I've read every single Invincible review. And it seems to be by the same guy, Siddhant. He seems to be doing this. And he gives certain episodes much higher praise than the other ones that genuinely don't deserve it. I'm just gonna lie to you, they don't deserve it. And what I'm seeing here is somebody that lacks what appears to be comprehensive skill. He seems to have been reviewing Invincible since the beginning. He seems to have been this is the premier Invincible review. Same name, same name, same name, same name, same guy. It's just this one guy. And I have read through all of his reviews, and they are very inconsistent if he's been paying attention to the show. He even states in the episode where Anissa pops up that a bigger threat is coming in one of his reviews, and still does not use that as this is the bigger threat. It feels as though he's watching these through Chat GPT is what I'm grasping from what he is. And that's okay. But this is the rage bait industry. This is the trolling industrial complex where people are trolling you along just to get interaction. And this episode, if you go to the comments, I clicked on it. I never read reviews. It caused me to go through all the other reviews. I never read things like that. And it caused people to interact with that. It's what's going on. Everybody's mad about it. Everybody's mad about the thing of it. Everybody's mad about the Invincible season 3 review. Everybody's pissed going on. This is what's going on. That's what's going on. It's very, very, very important. That is correct. People are offering very good critiques about it. However, upon me reading through this, I now discovered a secondary issue: the ungrateful community. Oh, I didn't like Conquest's voice. I didn't enjoy this. How do you not like Conquest's voice? This is confusing to me. This baffles me. This makes me feel like you might have a worm inside of your brain. You're not enjoying the voice actor. The Glenn and Negan rematch. You're not enjoying that? It feels strange to see what we're witnessing here with the advent of free speech and free will on the internet. It feels strange. I feel like I'm losing a piece of my brain when I interact with people that have these takes or have these mindsets where they feel as though the show, which the comic, which had no voice actors, they don't like the specific voices they choose. They had this envisionment inside of their mind the entire time and thought to themselves, you know what? Yeah, I had a better voice in my mind. Who'd you have in mind? James Earl Jones? I don't know. He's passed. I have no idea who you thought would be a better. I think the emotional delivery, the impact, the voice acting, I think every piece of it is amazing. Now, there is something to be said about hiring celebrity voice actors. I think that is a horrible practice. I think there are much better participants in the actual voice acting industry as opposed to the actual actors. I think that Negan did an amazing job, but I also think that there are better voice actors for certain roles, and they get overshadowed because a lot of the budget should have went to the animation, but it was put to these high celebrities voice actors. For instance, I don't think Seth Rogen should be voicing Alan Alien. I just don't think he should be voicing him. Seth Rogen is not the choice that I would choose. He probably costs too much. They have Amazon's payroll, and they've been using too much of the money, not on animation, but on the aspect of voice actors. The animation is subpar. Episode 8 animation was amazing, and there are a few moments where there is some good animation, but there are moments where the animation is disgusting. This show should have a bigger budget, and if it doesn't have a bigger budget, then Amazon is destroying its golden horse, and they should put more effort into it, because there are people hyping this up indefinitely, but the animation, people care about animation more than they care about the story. I'm not even gonna lie to you. There are people that simply watch Demon Slayer, simply watch certain shows because the animation was amazing. This looks good. This is great. There are hundreds of people like that. A big draw behind Studio Ghibli films, besides the amazing fantastical worlds, is the beautiful artistry, the animation work, the seamlessness of how the transitions go. And yes, the story captivates you and gets you engrossed in the world, but the animation is an accompaniment. If the animation isn't an accompaniment the same way it is with Invincible, there is no point in having a stellar story. It's disgusting. There are shows that get away with this, such as the original run of One Punch Man by One, but when the first season of One Punch Man came out, the animation was phenomenal. It became a cultural icon because of the animation. Season 2 took a heavy dip because the animation was lackluster and subpar. When you do that, when you have this issue, this mess up in your brain, you destroy what makes a show amazing. We're used to just outstanding, beautiful seamlessness with the animation. That's what we're used to. And that's destructive. And I want to speak to the Invincible fan base here when I say this. Don't be ungrateful because we couldn't have got it. Be happy that we're getting it. And you can request better animation. You can request better voice actors. You can do that. But to say that it's horrible when it is an amazing job and effort is being put into it, when a soulful performance is being put forth through, that's disrespectful. to the voice actor, to the work that's put in. It really is. Because it's not a bad product. If it was a bad product, I'd be with you. I'd be 100% with you. Same way I don't like the new Pokemon trailer. Pokemon Arceus Z, whatever it is, sucks. I think it looks horrible. And I'm with you there. But to complain about something that has actual dedication, spirit, soul, and time and effort put into it, it doesn't make any sense to me. To complain it's not a one-to-one of the comic panels, the detail within it, insane work. Because it looks great. I want you to really think about what you're complaining about and if it's worth it to complain about it. I really do. But that's all I have to say about the Invincible stuff. I know I don't usually talk about Invincible, but I felt compelled to. But yeah, thank you very much. Bye.